Hello, welcome back to the channel. We are back here with an update on the fraud case that's been going on in Minnesota. As in today, the FBI have finally taken upon themselves to make investigations. And from what we know, there's been about 85 people arrested, and 80 of those people are Somalian nationalities, as we can tell. Let's get into it and see what the news has to say about these events that are taking over. And Governor Watts have been under a lot of pressure.
Fraud scandal in Minnesota is expanding as the feds surge resources to the Democrat-led state to investigate. Welcome to a brand new hour of America's Newsroom. Good morning. I'm Molly Line. Hi, Bill.
Molly, good morning to you. I'm Bill Malugin. Bill Hemmer and Dana Perino have the day off. The Department of Homeland Security releasing new video showing agents going door to door, all as part of a fraud crackdown in the state of Minnesota. This comes after a viral video appeared to show taxpayer-funded daycare centers largely inactive. And pressure is now building for Minnesota Governor Tim Walz to be held accountable.
The cover of today's New York Post saying it all. Walls close in. Republicans calling the scandal evidence of failed Democratic leadership.
Tim Walz and Keith Ellison have been looking the other way. Billions of dollars have been stolen from Minnesota taxpayers.
You can't believe a word that comes out of his mouth. What we're seeing in Minnesota is just the tip of the iceberg.
This has to end. Every American should watch how taxpayer money was spent. You have some of us right now that are calling that out, will continue to call that out. It can't be business as usual for the future success of this country.
Garrett Tenney is live from our Midwest Bureau with a story that just seems to get bigger and bigger. Garrett, good morning.
Molly, good morning to you. The federal crackdown in Minnesota over potential fraud is ramping up on multiple fronts now. Not only do you have DHS and FBI agents on the ground, but the Small Business Administration is now halting all federal funding to the state after
I told you this was going to affect a lot of people, even for the future people.
Minnesota that are suspected of fraud. As we've been reporting, these concerns over fraud, particularly in the child care space in Minneapolis, go back more. Hennepin County back in 2015. The video shows parents checking their kids into a daycare and then walking back out with them minutes later. Our Minneapolis Fox station reported that sometimes the kids wouldn't even show up, and that either way, the businesses would bill the state for a full day of. The state is responding to these latest allegations of fraud at child care centers, claiming that it's already investigated many of the businesses in Nick Shirley's viral video.
Those centers, none of those investigations uncovered.
It's been a lot of stuff that's been said, but would we guys say showing one or two of these videos would confirm that this is actually fraud going on, or do they need more evidence? Because later on in this video, they would even say that there have been reports that none of the fraudulent activities have been found from the investigations of today, but these videos are showing otherwise. But let's continue.
Broken its trust with the people of Minnesota. So it's very difficult for any Minnesotan, and it's very difficult for us to take at face value.
Fraud, 85 of them, and she says more prosecutions are on the way. Molly?
Garrett Tenney, thank you.
This is Raymond. He tries to continue his report. 4 DDIG file report.
Bill?
Molly, for more on this, we are joined by Jonathan Turley. He's a constitutional law professor as well as a Fox News contributor. Jonathan, as always, great to see you and good morning. Thanks for joining us.
So even those tools are not making sense.
So we just heard it in Garrett's report there. Minnesota officials say they've looked into some of these centers in that now viral video. They found no fraud.
98.
And Jonathan, they're still being paid. Take a listen to what they had to say.
Wow.
Each of the facilities mentioned in the video has been
98 people charged, and 8 of
as
them,
part of our typical licensing process.
98
For the current
charged,
childcare centers that
and
have been
85
named
of
in the
them are of
video, we have
Somalian
not paused.
nationalities.
There isn't a current pause on any of those
Wow.
payments. As we gain more information from the folks that are out visiting today and gathering additional information, that may change. But
So if they have
currently,
been charged, why are they
no
saying
pause
that
on any of
the fraud
those
cases,
individual
there have
centers.
been no form of fraud
Jonathan, it's kind
found?
of hard to
But
believe,
then
but they
again,
haven't even
the
paused
FBI are
those
saying
payments
they
to
have
maybe look
arrested
into it a little
about
bit further. Give us your thoughts.
97 people, and 90
Well, the surge
and
of federal
85 of them
resources
are
into
of
Minnesota is
Somalian
going to help a
nationality.
great deal. You know, the fact is you can't have this extensive level of alleged fraud without interstate criminal activity. Most of this is interstate. They're using wires and phones, and they're transporting out of state. So the feds have a basis to go in there. In addition to the fact that some of this is playing with federal money. You know, if Minnesota wants to burn billions, then do that if that's what they want to do. But they can't do that if it's a federal crime, and they sure can't do that with federal money. And when Governor Walz says, well, you know, I've been trying to get more authority, fraud's been illegal for a long time. I mean, you've been, and there have been some prosecutions in the past. This isn't a lack of authority. This appears to be a lack of interest, impulse, a lack of effort by state regulators.
Why
and
are the people arrested then?
So we'll see what the feds come up with here. But Minnesota is really looking at a mountain of hurt coming down on them because this is getting worse by the day.
Another thing that's kind of been uncovered through all this process and these investigations is Minnesota apparently has a voter policy that allows registered voters to, quote, vouch for up to 8 other people who want to do same-day voter registration. Here's a little excerpt of that policy. It says, quote, a registered voter can vouch for up to 8 voters. You cannot vouch for others if someone vouched for you. Jonathan, is the honor system a good way to run elections?
It's so bizarre. It's really breathtaking. The fact is, most of the citizens in this country, according to polls, just want voter ID. That you just show your ID, you confirm your identification, and you've got states like Minnesota coming up with these kindergarten rules instead of just having simple voter ID
walls are definitely closing on walls.
This is overwhelmingly popular with American voters. And so we really have to sort of hash through this in the coming election. It's going to be one of the issues that's going to be in the forefront because we have new investigations that are showing serious problems in a lot of states with ongoing voter ID failures.
And I do want to ask you about the ongoing case.
What are your
against
thoughts on that?
Alleged DC pipe bomber suspect. He's got a hearing later this afternoon, a detention hearing, after prosecutors say he confessed to the crime.
What are you
US
guys'
Attorney
thoughts
Janine
on that?
Pirro,
And also in the DC area, there has been a man arrested and accused of setting pipe bombs in the DC area. Many people have been saying that he's been accused, just like the Charlie Kirk situation when they couldn't find no person of color. But then again, there have been reports that came out saying that the man himself has said that he agreed to doing those things because of political beliefs that he don't agree with. And this is very important to pay attention to this because it affects our mental health of people with the type of information and the accusation put on certain groups and people. Let's get into it.
This is the type of person that you are triggering. That when you start calling ICE Nazis and other opponents fascists, when you say democracy is dying, these are the people who are hearing that and treating it as a license to turn to violence.
All right, got to leave it there. Constitutional law professor Jonathan Turley, always great to see you. We will be
Yeah, that's crazy. Setting pipe bombs. We was just listening to this yesterday. They was just talking about this yesterday. See that I like what he said at the end. If you start going around and call people different groups and labeling them with names, it might trigger certain things on certain people. But what are your thoughts on this video? You guys let me know in the comment section. And if you're not following, follow and subscribe, which helps the channel. And see you guys because we do videos every day. Thank you.